Hey folks, a really quick early morning video for you all. On the gang shooting in Columbia, South Carolina, a lot of new developments are coming out. First of all, let me just say this. You guys' comments in the comment section help me a lot. Because unfortunately, in cases like this, the media is either not being truthful with themselves, not being truthful with you and us, but for sure they're not getting the information out. These stories seem to be getting buried deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's getting harder to find any real information on this. And you guys commenting in the comment section is a big help to me because many of you are pointing me in a direction. Now, I know YouTube in many cases does not allow us to post links in the comment section. So if you guys can be as descriptive as you can as to where I can find the information that you all are looking at, I would appreciate it. Some of you pointed out that the first suspect, Mr. Dwayne Price, looks like the fat girl, he has now had charges placed against him. I put a video out yesterday supporting Mr. Price if the facts that were coming out or the statements coming out were accurate, in that he acted in self-defense and self-defense alone, that I supported his right to defend himself with a firearm. The Constitution gives him that right. Not me, not the government, or anyone else. I support his right if that was the case. It does not appear like that's the case. Since then, and again, this is because you guys point me in the right direction, I was able to locate the press conference from yesterday and shows that Mr. Price is not home arrest. I believe originally they were going to let him out and let him have an ankle bracelet because he acted in self-defense, which, a quick side note, it seems like his attorney, who is actually saying that he acted in self-defense, is an anti-Second Amendment person. I'm doing more digging on that too, but it's funny how these attorneys will use the Second Amendment when it benefits them, but they fight it in every other way outside of that. But it does look like Mr. Price has gotten those 9 charges of, let me get this right, 9 charges of aggravated assault and attempted murder. He will not be getting out of jail. He is not going home. He will not wear an ankle bracelet.
The suspect that we arrested Saturday after the shooting, Mr. Dwayne Price, he continues to be housed in the Lexington County Detention Center. We will be adding 9 additional charges of aggravated assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature, as well as attempted murder to his current charge of unlawful carry.
The second suspect, as I mentioned yesterday, Mr. Marquise Robinson, does have those same 9 counts of assault and attempted murder. And they are looking for a third suspect now, Mr. Amari Sincere Jared Smith, I believe. His nickname is Mari. They do not have him, but they do have him named and fingered as a suspect. So they are on the lookout for him. Obviously, they consider him armed and dangerous at this point. So again, I want to this is a fluid situation, and I want you folks to know that I'm just trying to get this information out there because the media is burying this story. It seems that the media is not interested in gang violence, or the 2 stories that I seem to be really focusing on right now, because the media does not want to talk about them, is the shooting in the 3 murders in Georgia of a range owner and their grandson. I don't know why the media is burying that. I don't think either one of these being buried personally are necessarily race related, because we're talking about 2 different colored of people. The guy in Georgia is a white suspect, but I think because he shot conservative people who own a gun range, that the media is burying that because the story's not interesting to them. They simply just don't care about that. And this story they're burying because it's gang violence. All of these have to do with politics, not race. This is politics. This is the media displaying their politics openly. They're not talking about the Georgia murder. They have no sympathy for those people. The 3 people that got killed, they don't care about. The suspect being white, I don't think has any bearing on anything. Maybe you guys can comment on that, but I think the media is ignoring it because the victims are conservative people. I think that's why they're ignoring it. And because it makes you sympathize with people who run a Second Amendment related business, which is the gun range owners. Why are they ignoring the gang violence in Columbia and the one from Sacramento that we have heard nothing about for the last 2 weeks? They're ignoring it because it's gang related, not race related. It's gang related. These are people who vote for their people. They don't want to anger those people. They don't want those people to ever change who they vote for, because the media is complicit in this kind of stuff. The media is who is burying these types of stories. They're doing this on purpose. And again, it is not because of race. It is simply because of politics. So I'm going to do my best to try to dig up whatever I can find, because it's not easy. If no one's reporting on it, it's difficult to find this stuff. But I'm doing my best to dig up what I can and pass it on to you guys, so we know what's really happening out here in these cases that seem to find themselves buried for political purposes by the media.
Let's go, Brandon.